This is a message for all my caretakers out there. It's hard. Whether you're taking care of a loved one or a friend, or even if you're in the healthcare system and you're a nurse or aide, or you work in hospice, or whatever your situation is, you are the person that's being the backbone for somebody that is going through the toughest time of their life. You are supposed to be the support system, the friend, the loved one, the listener, the ear to lend. You're supposed to be strong. You can't break, you can't fold, you can't walk away. You have to let whoever that person is you're taking care of know that you're there for them. And that no matter how bad times get, no matter how rough it gets, I'm here. But no one wants to talk about who is there for the caretaker. Who's going to show up when the caretaker needs to breathe, to walk away, to do regular stuff like get groceries or take a shower or even just have alone time. A lot of the times we have this guilt inside of us as caretakers that I can't let this person down. I can't leave them behind. I can't leave them at their most vulnerable time in life because I'll be or look like an asshole. I don't want to be lesser than great to this person, so I'm going to do everything and exert all my energy into this one person, this one patient, because they need me. But when it's time to go home, even if you can go home by yourself, a lot of us have no one. A lot of us are extremely exhausted and tired, and we cry and we want to yell, and you can't take that anger out on the patient because they need you. You can't walk away from them. You can't get mad. And so all these feelings, all these emotions muster up inside of you, and you hold them deep down in your heart because you have no outlet. You have no one to say these things to because of the fear of how it might come off. You have nobody that cares because at the end of the day, no one cares about the caretaker. Nobody cares about the well-being or the mental health or the physical strength a caretaker needs to take care of someone. And it's like, who am I? Who are we to ask for help? When we're supposed to be the providers, who are we to ask for some type of assistance or relief of taking care of this person? Who am I to put my responsibilities into somebody else's hand when this is a job meant for me? And so a lot of us health caretakers, we suffer in silence. We will smile in your face and never say a word of the self-doubt, of the pain, of the exhaustion that lies deep beneath us, because we have to have our whole lives be wrapped around our patients and getting them better and getting them back on their feet or staying with them through their last moments of life and making it as possibly great for them because they deserve it. And in these last moments, they don't need to hear about my pain. They don't need to hear about what I'm going through or how I feel or the tears that run down my face at night. They don't need to hear about that because they're going through this illness, this chronic illness that they have personally. And so I can't suffice them this burden that weighs on my heart. But you're not alone. If you're a caretaker, if you ever been one, if you are one, if when it comes to a moment where you will be one, you need to realize that your health is just as important as the person you're taking care of. Your mind, that mental state, that anger, that isolation, that fear that lays deep beneath you is valid. And don't feel like you cannot go out to go get groceries or hell to go to parties or to drink. Don't feel like you can't step away and take a breather for yourself and have guilt within you because you can do something your loved one can't, or you can do something that your patient can't. You have to understand, for them to get the best care possible, they need a healthy person standing next to them. They need the most healthiest, mentally and physically stable person next to them if they are going to get better. So you can't let their illness, their pain weigh you down as a person, because y'all will both fall and y'all will both crumble if their backbone, which is you, dies out. It's okay to get frustrated. It's okay to be annoyed and have that feeling of wanting to throw every single thing in the house or in the hospital away, to want to scream. But you cannot lose yourself. You cannot lose that identity you have built, because you need that energy to give to whoever you're taking care of. There's going to be hard days and even rougher ones, but your patient, your loved one, whoever you're taking care of, they know how much you're sacrificing for them. They know how much time and energy and love and work and sweat and blood you are putting into them to make them as comfortable and as healthy as they need. Trust me, there will be days where you will feel like you're putting in all this work, all these tears, all this pain, and that person doesn't even understand it. That person would never even give you validation for it. But they know how much you're sacrificing for them, how much you're trying to be there for them. You just have to stay strong. You have to find balance in being a caretaker and being human. Find balance in being there and knowing when to step away. And it's not going to come overnight. You're not going to wake up the next day and all that guilt and all that anger or emotion that is built inside of you is going to easily go away, and you're going to easily be able to step out and do what you always desired and take those moments and take those breaths. It's not going to be easy, but you need to learn how to wane yourself off of that codependency. Wane yourself off that self-doubt, over that self-deprecation, and learn it is okay to take time for yourself. It is okay to come back later. It is even okay to put your loved one or your patient's care into someone else's hands, even if it's for a little bit. But just know, because you step away, because you decide to leave, because you need that breather, you are not a bad person. There's nothing wrong with you. You should not dwell on it, and you should not sit there and think that your patient has developed a resentment towards you because you decided to take 20 minutes to yourself, an hour to yourself. They know how much you're there for them, and they appreciate it more than you know, more than they'll ever be able to tell you. Because even though you might develop a life where it's only just them, you have to realize they only just have you, and y'all have each other. So don't get too frustrated. Don't get too upset. Just know you're doing the best you can. You're doing the best you can to get through the day. And that's all any patient or any loved one is ever asking, or will ever ask from their loved one or from their caregiver, is to just do the best you can and to be there for them, and to hold them down and to never leave, to be patient and kind with them, even through the toughest and roughest times. Just be there. Know you are loved. Know if you're a caregiver, you are absolutely amazing and some of the strongest people I know. Just because you are strong does not mean you can't let go and you can't relax.